For centuries, Venus has been one of the greatest mysteries in the universe. From a distance, it shines brightly like a jewel in the sunset sky. But behind its beauty lies a world that is anything but hospitable to humans. A planet where temperatures are hot enough to melt lead, where pressures crush all equipment, and where thick clouds full of sulfuric acid conceal secrets that have never been revealed. For centuries, astronomers could only see the reflected light from its clouds. No maps, no clear images, only assumptions and unanswered questions. What lies hidden beneath that fog? Could there be something about Venus that could teach humanity something about itself? In 1989, NASA decided to break that silence by launching the Magellan spacecraft. A radar eye carrying the ambition to explore and the questions that remained unanswered. Unlike previous probes, Magellan didn't attempt to land on the planet's deadly surface. Instead, it flew high above, using radar waves to pierce the clouds and draw the first portrait of Venus's surface. And what it saw was an alien world. The landscape that emerged looked like something out of a nightmare. Dormant volcanoes, barren plateaus, ancient rivers of hardened lava frozen in silence. There was no life, no oceans, no sound, just a planet once teeming with violent activity, now silent under the weight of its own pressure. A world that welcomes nothing, nurtures nothing, only rock and fire. Magellan didn't just provide a map. It raised a much deeper question. If Earth once resembled Venus, could we end up like it? Venus is a wake-up call, a reminder of nature's destructive power, the future of our climate, and our insignificance in the vast universe. And Magellan, with its solitude and resilience, opened the first door for humanity to look straight at that truth. On May 4, 1989, the space shuttle Atlantis lifted off, carrying Magellan. The first spacecraft ever launched by a space shuttle with a mission to explore Venus, the most mysterious planet in our solar system. While other planets had been explored, Venus remained cloaked in a thick fog, sparking curiosity in scientists and humanity alike. Unlike previous missions, Magellan didn't attempt to land on Venus's deadly surface. Instead, it used radar waves to map the planet from above. The first signals from Magellan brought back the first images of Venus, opening up a world that had never been seen before. Over the course of 4 years, Magellan mapped 98% of Venus's surface with an incredibly high-resolution 100 meters, allowing us to see the planet more clearly than ever before. The radar images from Magellan revealed a strange landscape, vastly different from anything we had imagined. Venus had no oceans, no blue skies, but instead, a barren world filled with gray plateaus and cold lava. Dormant volcanoes and blackened plains showed traces of a once vibrant past. But now, Venus had become a dead planet, incapable of supporting life. Magellan's discoveries didn't just provide valuable information about Venus, they offered a profound warning about Earth's future. Venus could have once been a planet much like Earth, but due to uncontrolled greenhouse effects, it has become a brutal hellscape. The great question Magellan leaves us with is this: are we heading towards a future like Venus, where Earth could become a second Venus? As Earth's climate changes rapidly, the warning from Magellan has never been clearer. Venus, the enigmatic and extreme planet, has captivated the attention of scientists and space explorers from the earliest days of space exploration. Yet, before Magellan truly opened the door to Venus's exploration, the planet had made the first attempts at understanding its painful failures. The journey to uncover the secrets of Venus began in the 1960s with Mariner 10 and the Soviet Venera program. But these missions could only provide a limited amount of information about the planet. Mariner 10, launched in 1973, was NASA's first mission to approach Venus. However, what it brought back were only faint images from a limited vantage point. Unable to reach the true essence of this planet, Mariner 10 couldn't penetrate Venus's surface. It could only capture a hazy picture of the thick clouds that shrouded the planet. Although a significant achievement in the early days of space exploration, the images it returned merely helped us understand how difficult it was to explore Venus, a planet that was anything but easy to approach. Meanwhile, the Soviet Venera program made more significant strides. Venera 7 in 1970 became the first spacecraft to send back signals from the surface of Venus. However, just minutes after landing, this spacecraft was destroyed by the planet's immense pressure and terrifying temperature. The subsequent Venera missions, while successful in returning data and images from Venus's surface, still couldn't fully unravel the mysteries of the planet. The Soviet spacecraft could only survey a small portion of the surface, most of them being destroyed almost immediately upon contact with Venus's harsh environment. Can we even begin to imagine it, a planet with an atmosphere so thick, temperatures high enough to melt lead, and pressure 90 times greater than Earth's? These conditions aren't just challenges, they are monumental tests humanity must face in understanding the cosmos. The older spacecrafts could only graze the surface of Venus, like a fleeting glance at a mirror reflecting the unsolved mysteries that still elude us. However, this was the very limit that Magellan overcame. Unlike its predecessors, Magellan provided a comprehensive portrait of Venus, a planet that we had previously only guessed at. Using advanced radar technology, Magellan broke through the dense clouds and allowed us to see Venus's surface with unprecedented resolution. This data didn't just amaze us, it sparked profound questions about life, existence, and the future of Earth itself. Magellan was not just another mission. It wasn't merely a spacecraft carrying advanced scientific instruments. It was the key to unlocking the mysteries of Venus, a planet shrouded by dense clouds and extreme conditions that humanity had never before been able to reach. What set Magellan apart from previous missions was not only the technology it carried, but the way this spacecraft challenged the limits that science had been unable to surpass until that point. Throughout the history of Venus exploration, earlier missions tried but failed to shed light on the secrets of this enigmatic planet. Spacecraft like Mariner 10 and the Soviet Venera program returned hazy images, offering only a faint outline of Venus's surface. These spacecraft could only look shallowly through the clouds, like a painting half finished. Venus remained a locked vault, concealing its secrets. Magellan, equipped with synthetic aperture radar technology, changed everything. SAR has the ability to penetrate Venus's thick atmosphere, allowing the spacecraft to map the planet's surface with precision and clarity. This technology didn't just see through the clouds, it created high-resolution images that help scientists gain a deeper understanding of the planet's structure. This shift from vague assumptions to precise, complete data opened a new era in the study of distant planets. Magellan's orbit was carefully designed to scan Venus from north to south, with each pass taking about 3 hours and 15 minutes. With a total of 6 orbits, the spacecraft gathered invaluable data about Venus's surface, data that no previous mission had been able to obtain. Each orbit of Magellan was not just a physical movement through space, but a journey of discovery, bringing us closer to understanding a mysterious and extreme world. But why does this matter? Magellan was not just a scientific research tool. It serves as a reminder that in an infinite universe, we are not just creatures living on a small planet. We are explorers, relentlessly seeking answers. Even when those answers are not easily found. Magellan didn't just pull back the veil on Venus's mysteries, it urged us to confront larger questions about existence and our place in this vast universe. This event raises an important question. Do we have the courage to continue searching, even if we may never find a satisfying answer? As science progresses, questions become deeper, and exploration becomes an endless journey. Magellan, with its advanced radar technology, illuminated the mysteries of Venus. But it also opened new questions, new frontiers that humanity might yet overcome in our quest to explore the cosmos. Human progress is not only measured by the physical steps we take, but also by the leaps we make in technology and knowledge. With Magellan, NASA didn't just send a spacecraft into space, it sparked a revolution in the way we approach and understand distant planets. This was not merely an exploration. It was an adventure into a world where every previous attempt had only yielded hazy glimpses and limited understanding. Magellan, with its advanced technology and superior data-gathering abilities, completely transformed the way we perceive Venus and, by extension, the entire universe. When Magellan began its journey, no one could have predicted the sheer volume of data it would collect. Over the course of its 4-year mission, Magellan sent back an astounding 150 GB of data, more than the combined total of all NASA's space missions up to that point. This immense amount of information contained unprecedented images. Measurements and discoveries about a planet that we had previously only been able to guess at. This wasn't just numbers or bytes of data. It was a window into a world vastly different from our own Earth. The speed at which Magellan transmitted this data was also revolutionary. Not only did it collect data, but it sent back images that were 10 times more detailed than any previous mission. The images from synthetic aperture radar, known as SAR, didn't just allow us to see Venus's surface. They took us on a journey of discovery. Where each pixel told a new story about the planet's formation, its devastation, and the utter silence that now defines it. Before Magellan, Venus was a blurry silhouette. With each silhouette, each image, this planet slowly emerged clearer and more detailed than ever before. So, what does this mean for us? Magellan didn't just change how we explore Venus, it changed how we perceive what is achievable. When humanity relentlessly moves forward, the data that Magellan returned didn't only help us learn more about a distant planet, it opened a new vision for the possibility of reaching other worlds that previously only existed in science fiction. But more importantly, it raises a profound question. Are we overlooking opportunities to explore and understand what lies beyond our reach on Earth simply because we lack the courage to step beyond our own limits? We once believed Venus to be a planet filled with small volcanic craters, much like other planets in the solar system. However, Magellan, with its synthetic aperture radar, SAR, pulled back the curtain, revealing a surface unlike anything we imagined. Venus, with its thick atmosphere full of carbon dioxide, is unlike any other planet. This atmosphere not only traps heat, but also burns up small asteroids before they can reach the surface. As a result, unlike other planets, Venus doesn't have many small craters or evidence of asteroid impact. Instead, Magellan uncovered something surprising. There are only about 940 large volcanic craters scattered across the entire planet. Each of these massive craters shows signs of a world where everything has been altered by extreme heat and pressure. What's particularly fascinating is that the materials ejected from these volcanic craters are unlike anything we've ever seen before. Due to the intense temperatures and pressures on Venus, these materials take on unique shapes that can't be found on any other planet in the solar system. These strange formations are not only evidence of destruction, but also proof of the planet's dynamic nature. Its capacity for change and evolution under such extreme conditions. It's as if the very harshness of Venus itself is what gives the planet its unique and indescribable beauty. But these discoveries are not just about Venus. They drive us to ask deeper questions about life, about how planets can change under the influence of natural forces, and whether there are other worlds in the universe that share these features, these transformations, and these wonders. Magellan, with its findings, didn't just illuminate Venus's surface, it opened up a new dimension about existence, about the cost of life, and about growth in this vast and ever-expanding universe. When Magellan sent back its first images of the surface of Venus, what we saw was not a dead, stagnant planet. But a living world where nature's forces are always in motion. Venus is not just a planet shrouded in a thick, toxic atmosphere and extreme temperatures. It is a world covered by volcanic flows. Approximately 85% of the planet's surface is blanketed by these flows. Creating a landscape that we can only imagine in science fiction stories. These volcanic flows are not just remnants of destruction, they are signs of renewal, of the vitality of this planet. We even see strange structures, like the vast pancake domes. Volcanoes that rise with near-perfect shapes, like scars, permanently etched into the planet's surface. But what is even more remarkable are the massive volcanoes on Venus. Like Mons, one of the largest volcanoes in the entire solar system. Standing nearly 8 kilometers high and stretching 400 kilometers in diameter. Mons is not only a colossal natural structure, but also a testament to the planet's intensely active volcanic past. Could life exist in these places? In the harshest conditions of the universe. And if a planet like Venus can maintain these cycles, could our own Earth also undergo constant transformations from devastation to rebirth? Venus, once considered a silent dead world beneath its thick clouds, revealed surprising secrets about its vibrant nature. And specifically, during the data collection process, Magellan uncovered one of the most astonishing truths. Volcanic activity on Venus is not a relic of the past, but could still be occurring even while Magellan was conducting its mission. Throughout the 1,990 S2 volcanoes on Venus erupted, and these signs were not just evidence of past volcanic processes, but also proof that this planet may still be in an active stage. This discovery is not only a scientific event, it forces us to reflect on the nature of planets and life in the universe. Surely, when we look at the images of Mons, the largest volcano on Venus, the signs of lava flows cannot be ignored. These lava flows, recorded in vivid detail, prove that Venus is not a dead planet, but rather a world that continues to change. With powerful motion just beneath the surface. The fissures, the traces of lava, may have formed recently. Challenging our previous view of Venus as a frozen, barren world. These findings extend beyond the realm of science. They raise a much larger question about the existence of planets in the universe. Could life, in some form, still exist in places with extreme conditions like Venus? The ongoing volcanic activity, though dangerous, might be an indication that Venus is not simply a dead planet, but rather one that is going through endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth. And this doesn't just surprise us about Venus. It prompts a question about its similarities to other planets, where life could possibly be existing beneath thick, harsh atmospheres. Magellan, with its discoveries, has not only painted a new picture of Venus, it has expanded the limits of human understanding of planets. Asserting that life and change are not solely exclusive to Earth. These volcanic activities serve as a powerful reminder of the dynamic, ever-changing nature of existence in the universe. A call for us to continue seeking, exploring, and never stopping at the boundaries of knowledge. If a planet like Venus can still be changing, should we dare to look at our own future and confront what might happen if humanity loses control over the changes on our own planet? Unlike Earth, Venus does not have moving tectonic plates. Which we consider essential for the formation of mountains and seismic activity on our own planet. Instead, Venus has a single, unmovable crust that does not shift or change in the way we are familiar with. This raises a profound question about change and evolution. Can a planet without tectonic plates still maintain a vibrant and ever-changing nature? Our Earth, with its constantly colliding and shifting plates, is a place of earthquakes, mountain formation, and the continuous renewal of its surface. But on Venus, with its singular crust and no plate movements, surface transformation happens in a completely different yet equally spectacular way. As a result, Venus has formed coronae on unique geological structures on its surface. Resembling enormous fissures or deep depressions. These coronae are not just remnants of destruction, but evidence of the powerful. Distinct geological processes at work on Venus. They demonstrate that this planet is not a quiet world, it is one that is constantly changing. Even if not in the ways we are accustomed to. The fissures, the traces of lava, and the weathering from these geological activities show that Venus's surface continues to evolve in a strange and entirely unique way. What is particularly striking is that, unlike Earth, where tectonic plates create cracks and faults in the crust, Venus does not experience chain reactions from moving plates. Instead, the coronae on Venus may be the result of immense stress and pressure building up in the planet's singular crust, a consequence of internal geological processes. Weathering and volcanic activity are the main forces driving these features. But the way they form is completely different. These discoveries not only challenge our scientific understanding of structure and geological activity, but they also raise a larger question about life and change in the universe. If a planet without tectonic plates can still change and form such bizarre structures, does change always require movement, or can it simply be the accumulation of energy and pressure? Venus, with its single crust and marvelous coronae, reminds us that the vibrancy of a planet doesn't necessarily rely on factors we typically consider essential. And in a world as mysterious as the universe, can we ever fully explore all the wonders and laws we've never even imagined? Venus, with its thick atmosphere full of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, lacks the geological processes that Earth has. It is this absence that has led to the massive accumulation of greenhouse gases, turning Venus into a giant furnace. With surface temperatures reaching 470 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. Without a carbon recycling process to regulate the amount of greenhouse gases. Venus has fallen into a self-perpetuating cycle of increasing temperatures with no end in sight. When scientists study these processes, they are not simply observing a planet dying. They are witnessing the consequence of a world that can no longer self-regulate. No longer has a mechanism to balance natural forces. Venus has become a painful lesson in the devastation that humanity could face if we fail to control our impact on Earth's atmosphere. Without a carbon recycling process, without a way to reduce greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and without a way to regulate temperature, Venus has become a clear example of what can happen when a planet lacks the ability to recover. Could the rising greenhouse gases on Earth push our planet into an irreversible cycle? We may already see the shadow of Venus in the current climate change, the steadily rising temperatures, increasingly frequent extreme weather events, and the invisible wall of climate stability slowly breaking down. If we don't act, could Earth become a world like Venus, where life can no longer survive in such extreme conditions? With the discoveries made by Magellan, humanity has peeled back the curtain on the mysteries of Venus. Yet profound questions about this planet remain unanswered. The journey of exploring Venus doesn't end with what we already know. For this reason, upcoming NASA missions such as Verdas and Da Vinci Plus, slated for launch around 2028 to 2030, will continue to uncover the hidden secrets of this mysterious world. Da Vinci Plus will dive deep into the study of Venus's thick atmosphere, which holds within it stories of climate transformation and changes the planet has undergone over billions of years. By analyzing the atmosphere, Da Vinci Plus will help us better understand the accumulation of greenhouse gases and how they have led to the extreme conditions Venus endures today. Venus serves as a warning about the uncontrollable shift in climate. about the devastation humanity could cause if we are not careful. While the Magellan mission provided a wealth of data about Venus, bringing us closer than ever to understanding its surface, Venus remains a mystery that has yet to be fully unraveled. Each new discovery sheds light on only a small part of the vast picture of a world full of challenges. Not just geologically, but also in terms of climate, life, and its constant transformation. This planet, with its thick atmosphere and strange geological features, continues to captivate scientists. Challenging them to push the boundaries of technology and understanding. The upcoming missions Da Vinci Plus and Veritas will continue to expand our knowledge of Venus in the coming years. Venus, despite being studied extensively, remains a strange, complex, and surprising planet. A place filled with unanswered questions. But it is precisely this mystery that drives humanity to keep exploring, for the universe is an ever-unfolding treasure trove of new secrets. And the journey to understand Venus is just one part of the grand exploration of our existence and our future. Thank you for staying with WUFO Space until the very end of this journey through the vast universe. If you found this video interesting and insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to WUFO Space so you won't miss our next cosmic adventures. Your support means the world to us and fuels our passion to keep exploring the wonders beyond.